Iris, you ready? Let's read our book for today, okay? It's called Hannah's Down Syndrome Superpowers. And I'll go ahead and I'll put a link inside the comments. Ready? My name is Hannah, and I have magical superpowers. So I might not actually live in a real castle or have a magic wand, but that doesn't mean I don't have superpowers. My superpowers come from my Down syndrome abilities, and my Down syndrome abilities come from an extra chromosome. I know what you're thinking. What in the world are chromosomes? How did I end up with an extra one? And why does the number even matter? I see you. Chromosomes are tiny strands that look like threads. They're so small you can only see them with a very powerful microscope. They are in every single cell of every living thing, like me and you and my puppy Poncho. Chromosomes tell your body how to grow. Most people have 23 pairs. A pair means 2. So that makes 46 total. But kids with Down syndrome have an extra one on their 21st chromosome, which gives them 47. This changed the way my brain and my body developed. And poof, I have superpowers. I would say poof. Did you know most kids with Down syndrome have certain things in common? Our almond-shaped eyes and somewhat flattened profile make our faces look similar. Some of us even have a single straight line across our palms. Both boys and girls can have Down syndrome, but it's not scary and you can't catch it. Kids with Down syndrome are just like kids without. It says we're more alike than different. So let me tell you about my superpowers. My first superpower is that I am a fun friend. I love fun and I love friends. And if you're playing or having a good time, I want to join in. Play dates, birthday parties, using my imagination, crafts, hanging out at the playground. It's got all sorts of things that Hannah likes to do. And at the bottom, it's got this really great tip on how to be a great friend to someone who has Down syndrome. A fun part of my superpower training is learning several simple signs. I talk with words and sign language. The older I get, I use sign language less and words more. Check out some of my first signs. We have signs for things like eat and more and mom and dad. And it gives a little sheet on how you can do them too, and you can participate with someone and their sign language. Another one of my superpowers is that I like to call the power of love. Books are written about it, people sing about it, and I live it. My mom says I'm friendly and outgoing to almost everyone. I love to give people hugs and kisses and smiles, even people I don't know. Because I'm such a cutie, most people hug me right back. And then there's tips again on how to be a friend and how to handle that superpower of love. My superpower of terrific truster means I completely trust people all the time. This goes along with my superpower of love. I assume everyone loves me and wants the best for me. One time there was a nice guy eating chips at the park and he held out his bag. How could I resist? Smiling, I walked right over and ate some. That made my mom frown. She worries I trust people too much and I might trust someone who doesn't have my best interests at heart. And then again, there's tips at the bottom for how to work with that super trusting power. I see you. Sometimes my friend Jacob feels frustrated by his super sensory controller. Every single person has a sensory system, and the sensory system is part of how we see, hear, taste, smell, and touch, and even move. When it comes to sensory issues, kids with Down syndrome can be seekers, avoiders, or a little of both. Seekers don't get enough sensory information or are undersensitive to their surroundings, and it gives examples of what they might do, like spin and rock, grind their teeth, enjoy bright lights, love to hug tightly, chew or lick things. And avoiders get too much sensory information or are oversensitive. Sensory avoiders might decline certain clothes, refuse specific foods, freak out about dirty hands, or panic around bright lights. And they might resist wearing shoes. And at the bottom, again, it gives some really great tips to how you can handle these things if you see these behaviors. Every great superhero has a super sidekick. I started walking and talking later than other kids, so my team has been with me ever since I was little. My 3 favorite sidekicks are my therapist. I see you. My physical therapist, Robin, helps me with gross motor skills. Those are the big movements I do with my body. We work on balance and muscle strength. We also practice riding a bike and walking up and down stairs. My occupational therapist, Jill, helps me with fine motor skills. Those are little movements I do with my hands. We do activities that help me put together puzzles, hold scissors, and write with a pencil. She works on my sensory needs too. That helps me calm myself and stay more focused. My speech therapist, Rhonda, helps me with sign language. She uses signs, gestures, and pictures to encourage me to say words and sounds in short sentences. Eventually, I'll be able to do all of the things other kids can, but it just takes my body a little bit longer. I love the acknowledgement of the therapist in this book. My next superpower is fabulous flexibility. I can get into all kinds of crazy positions. I really like to sit with my legs crossed and my feet up where I can see them. My body is so loose and relaxed that my mom sometimes says I look like a wet noodle. And that makes everyday things like standing, walking, and talking a little bit more of an effort. My superpower that my friends and family find frustrating is my stupendous stubborn streak. If I don't want something to happen, it's not going to happen. I can be super duper stubborn. Well, most of the time, my mom says, with a little coaxing, my mind can be changed unless I'm scared because I don't understand what's going on and I don't know how to tell you. Or I don't think I can do an activity, then good luck with that. And she's got her arms folded up, crisscrossed. And it gives tips, again, on how to handle it when a friend is being stubborn. My superpower of caring compassion shows how much I love to be kind. If someone is upset or sad, I quickly make the sign for cry and then give them a big hug or kiss. And when I'm sorry about something, I make the sign for sorry by balling up my hand in a fist and rubbing it on my chest in a circle. A lot of times I rub my circle on the other person I'm saying sorry to. Everyone knows that superpowers come with positives and negatives. Most of the not so great things with Down syndrome are medical matters. Kids with Down syndrome can have many medical issues. Some kids are healthy but have developmental delays, which means they are behind in skills for their age. Others have more severe issues. My friend Caleb has scars on his chest from surgery for a heart defect when he was born. His heart didn't grow or work the way it was supposed to. Other kids have had stomach troubles and that sometimes need surgery to fix them. They could have hearing or vision loss or problems with their lungs. Oh, you're so silly, Iris. And there's tips on how to be a friend when your friend has medical concerns. My family thinks that I am a brilliant and beautiful blessing. My parents weren't sure what to expect when they found out I was on the way. They had no idea what a treasure I would be. I'm an important part of my family. Whatever they're doing, I'm right there along with them. Going to the beach, heading to the lake, hanging out at the house, count me in. I'm so much like my brothers and other kids my age that sometimes Mom forgets all about my superpowers. She says I'm sweet, smart, eager to learn, gentle, kind, and loving, and funny, and the most beautiful gift. She may have mentioned the words strong-willed and stubborn too, but that's all good. And then back here, there is a list where you can write all about your own superpowers. And there's some really great positive affirmations. And again, the pictures are just so beautiful. Let's keep looking real quick. Encourage one another. It says, my amazing superpowers can bring frustrating challenges, and I sometimes have to work hard to get easy, everyday things done, but I'm really just like all the other kids. I love my family and friends. I love to have fun. I enjoy movies, games, toys, books, music, using my imagination, and having a good time. Like you, I have worth, value, and purpose, incredible talents, and so much potential. Down syndrome is only a small part of me. Every kid needs to know they are wonderfully made. It's important to encourage each other. Let's look for ways to make each other feel special. Now that I'm feeling encouraged and empowered, my superhero self is going to go dance, laugh, sing, and play princess in my backyard with my puppy. And then here are pictures of Hannah in real life and how adorable. And her little brother's right there. It says she lives in Oklahoma with her brothers. And she enjoys playing dress up, playing with her puppy, and hanging out with her friends and brothers. And then in the very back, it talks a little bit more about the book. I'm going to read this page really quickly. Each one 3-9 inspired book is written about a specific child in collaboration with his or her parents. The information given is about the particular child's superpowers that will be relatable to other children with the same diagnosis and abilities. Hannah's Down syndrome superpowers was written with the help from Mindy, Hannah's beautiful mom, and told from the perspective of Hannah at age 5. This book is a tool to help children and their friends, family, and caregivers understand kids with Down syndrome. All children need to know they're wanted, loved, and special. All children need to know they have superpowers, and all children especially need to know that they're wonderfully made. The inspirational art on the next page has been designed especially for you. You can cut it out and frame it. And then it's got these 2 beautiful pages that you can hang up. This book is super informative. I know it's a little bit longer than our past books, but it has such great information. It's a good teaching tool. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a fabulous day.